I'll pick and choose depending on who the person is, what it is I want to learn from them.
Right,
and
traits.
I'll only learn from people who are where I want to be.
Yeah. I feel like another thing too with people in the social media space is everyone thinks like they need to find a mentor to like walk on like a direct mentor, like somebody's gonna like hold their hand to get them to where they want to be.
I'm glad you said that. That made me think of something else. A great mentor of mine has also been Henry Ford.
Right.
Who died way before I was born.
Yeah.
And so, to Josh's point, a lot of people are like, well, Cole, good for you meeting Than Merrill. I don't know Than, and I don't have money to pay him to mentor me. I get mentorship from Gary Vaynerchuk, right? I mean, he's my friend. I've not paid him $1 to mentor me, but he puts out so much free content, and it's actually really good content.
Right.
I don't agree with everything Gary says. I don't think any of us should always agree with anyone we look up to. We should have our own brains and make our own decisions. But a lot of the content that comes out of on his podcast especially is really great. So, to Josh's point, for those of you that are just getting started and can't even afford a mentor, there's so much free information out there right now with podcasts like this, Facebook and Instagram Lives and all that stuff, that like technically right now we're your mentors.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching this and actually not just jogging at the gym or half-assing it and your phone's just in the background, but you're actually like watching right now and paying attention, you should get some things here to apply in your life.
Right.
And I think that's another good thing too, is not everyone's a perfect mentor in every area of life. I think a lot of people are looking for the superhuman that's like your life mentor, your business mentor, your relationship mentor. But it's like, I'll pick and choose depending on who the person is, what it is I want to learn from them.
Right,
and
traits.
I'll only learn from people who are where I want to be.
Yeah.
I was just having this conversation with my trainer this morning. My trainer's freaking jacked. He's got like an 8-pack. And there's another trainer, God bless his heart, at the gym who's probably 40 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
And I elbowed my trainer and I was like, I don't want to be mean to this guy, but why does anyone pay him to train them when his clients actually look better than he does?
Yeah.
I want to pay someone who looks like I want to look.
Right.
Now, let's just say my trainer is great physically, but maybe he's brand new in business. I would go to my trainer for workout and meal planning, but I wouldn't go to him for financial advice. I would go to a guy like Than.
Right.
And then let's say I wanted marriage advice. I would go to the guy that's been married for 50 years, not the guy that's been divorced 5 times because he's been married the most.
Yeah.
And so another thing while we're on the topic of mentors is I've never found one man or one woman that could teach me everything. I just pick someone who is where I want to be in that specific category. So back to the trainer, I would love to have an 8-pack and be 5% body fat like my trainer is. So he's who I'm going to pay to get physical fitness advice. I would love to make hundreds of millions of dollars a year. So Than Merrill's where I'm going to get my business advice.
Right.
And I would love to be married to my wife until I die. My parents have been together for 46 years. So lucky for me, I go to my dad for relationship advice if my wife and I disagree, because it's hard being husband, wife, mom and dad, and co-founders of businesses.
Right.
Right? We have children together. We have our own marriage, the two of us, and then we also run 7-figure businesses together.
Right.
And so there's some times where we just aren't jiving, like any relationship.
Right.
And I could pull my dad, who's been with my mom for 46 years, and just be like, Dad, what would you do? And so that's super important. 2 takeaways from what we just shared. Number 1, mentors don't have to be someone that you're in a formal contractual engagement with where you're compensating them. You can just absorb information. That's mentorship, like me with Henry Ford. But then number 2, you might have multiple mentors in your life in various categories you want to get better in. And so make sure you're only learning from people who are where you want to be. I can't tell you how many times I'll be speaking on stage at like a 3-day event, and I'll teach day 1, and then day 2 someone will come back and they'll be like, hey Cole, my buddy Bob at home disagrees with what you said about real estate. And I'll be like, oh, what does Bob do? And they're like, oh, he's unemployed. He lives on my couch. It's like, well, why are you taking financial advice from Bob? The dude's unemployed and lives on your couch. Well, he watches CNN all day, so he knows. It's like, no offense to Bob, don't take financial advice from people who are more broke than you are.
Right.